We'll make it look good in post.
Do you sync audio later?
I do sync audio later. Yeah.
Can I clap?
Go for it. Great.
Cool.
Awesome. So, Mr. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot in Fresno.
Yeah. If you guys are in Fresno, it's like 100. We were just talking about it, 108.
Yeah, 108. Look, it feels like 112. So
yeah. Yo.
Anything over 100 is like, yo, chill. It's too much.
Yeah, definitely. How's the weather down south?
Well, in LA, I live in the valley, so it's more or less kind of the same. The only difference is it only takes me a half hour to get away from it.
Oh, okay.
So I can just like, oh, you know what? It's too hot here. Let's go to the beach. Boom.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yo, I love. Are you closer to SD?
Oh, no. I live in LA, but more specifically, I live in North Hollywood.
Oh,
so it's like in the valley, it's kind of close to Burbank, Universal Studios area, but I like it because it's far away enough from the city where I don't have to deal with it. I want to.
Yeah.
But it's close enough to where let's say if I have an audition in Culver City or Burbank, Studio City, it's just like, okay, cool.
Oh.
I'll go there.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
One thing I really want to get out the way first is pancakes or waffles.
Oh, definitely. Waffles.
Waffles?
No contest. Waffles.
Why?
You have the ridges. You have the ridges, so it's like a little bit crispy.
Oh, there's texture.
The problem with pancakes is that pancakes can get too cakey and people talk about like soft and fluffy, but it rarely happens. It rarely happens. Whereas with waffles, if you go a little too much, it's still fine. It's still good. It's really hard to do waffles wrong.
Yes.
It's really easy to do pancakes wrong. I mean, crepes are a whole different thing. Crepes are like a luxury item. But if I have to choose daily in and out, waffles. Waffles are like my rice. Like, it feels weird to not have it. Yeah.
That's nice. That's very nice.
So imagine when they said chicken and waffles, I'm like, yo, it's done. It's done.
Oh, do you like that place in LA? Like I eat there a lot. Yeah.
Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles.
Yes.
Every time my friends visit, they're always like, oh, let's go get some food. And there are three things. There's ramen, like legit ramen.
Legit ramen.
There is Korean barbecue, and there's Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. LA, don't kill me, but
it's only feels less.
Pho isn't that good in LA. Like people are saying that. Oh yeah, in Orange County is great because there's Little Saigon. But I'm like, I'm not gonna drive an hour to go get pho. I love pho. Don't get me wrong.
You should meet our sister. She drove 5 hours for like Korean barbecue.
Oh my god! LA is just 3 hours away.
Yeah. I know. We say the exact same thing, but yes.
Oh my god!
Sorry to interrupt you.
No. It's just 5 hours. That's dedication. I mean, I drove 5 hours for food once, but that was a lobster buffet. Ooh. So it's like kind of worth it.
Yeah.
I think in a couple of weeks I may drive 5 hours to go to Vegas for White Castle because I've never had White Castle before until this year.
Harold Kumar?
I've seen Harold and Kumar, but I was like, how good can it be, right? But we don't have one in California, so I'm like, whatever. I'm not missing much. Until one of my friends from Minnesota was like, no, dude, you have to try it. So I took a little road trip to Utah, and on the way back, I was like, I picked him up, and I was like, Saikong, let's go give this White Castle a try. And oh my God, it changed my, because he said, hey, the regular slider, don't worry too much about it. But the jalapeno slider, ooh. Oh, it makes me happy just thinking about it. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, dude, I love jalapenos in like my sandwiches.
Oh yeah, and I thought it was just jalapenos. It's like a jalapeno cheese.
Oh.
So yeah.
My only problem with that is like I'm lactose.
I mean, so am I, but you just deal with it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, what's your go-to place for those waffles?
Waffles. I mean, Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles is great. There's a place in LA, specifically Sherman Oaks. No, not Sherman Oaks. Encino, called More Than Waffles. More Than Waffles. So they have like regular American style waffles, but they also have Belgian waffles, which are really good. Yeah. Belgian waffles are like that really big, like are probably about this size. But you know how like Eggos or like the small, they have like smaller ridges.
Yeah.
The Belgian waffles are like huge big ridges. So you literally could get like a cube where it's just 3 by 3, and that's.
But it's like.
Yeah, it's big.
It's
so,
dense.
Yeah, it's condensed, but it's very flaky as well. So I'm like, ooh, okay. I like the. I guess it's kind of more of a texture thing, but it also tastes really good too.
Oh yeah, dude, I bet. You were talking about picking up friends to go to places.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was doing some homework on you, and there's so many Hmong people that you're friends with that are living their life with you down there.
I mean,
you know?
It's interesting because like in Fresno, I don't know. Like I've talked to my mom the other day about it, and I was like, Mom, why did you guys stay in Fresno? Why did you guys go somewhere else? Because when she came from Laos, they actually landed in Torrance. You know, my uncle and my mother, they landed in Torrance or Garden Grove. I was like, why didn't you guys just stay there? It was like, you know, you know, so they're like,
yes,
we gotta go with the community. So. In LA, it's weird. I tell some of my friends that aren't Hmong, I was like, hey, I kind of have this radar. Like I'll walk into a room, and just it's like a spider sense or something. I'm just like, there's a Hmong person in here.
Oh, I've yet to develop that.
Oh, well, see, in Fresno, there's so many Hmong people where you just kind of assume that they're there, but in LA, you feel kind of alone. And one of my friends, Avery Cantau, he's a Hmong actor as well. I actually met him during an audition.
Very nice.
I met him during an audition, and we were both auditioning for the same role. And he was kind of looking at me, I was kind of looking at him, and he's like, hey, my name's Avery. I was like, oh, hey, you know. And then he was like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from Fresno. You know, it's like kind of where my people are from. He's like, Hmong, right? I was like, nobody guesses Hmong unless they're Hmong themselves. And so I was like, okay, Hmong. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm from Merced. I'm like, oh my god, my people. And that was the first person I met, and I was like, and I went back home and I was telling my roommate, I was like, guys, I met a Hmong person today, and they're just like,
so
okay, like what's the big deal?
I'm assuming your roommates aren't Hmong.
One of them was, but he's from Wisconsin. He was from Wisconsin. But he had been around a little bit longer than I had, so he had already made some Hmong connections out there. So, but to me, it was my first. I'm like, guys, and my roommate's like, dude, whatever, you're weird. But yeah, it's just like you see Jonah, like you just kind of get this feeling, like even my buddy Ten. Every now and then, if I get bored, I do Uber and Lyft driving, and I picked him up. I picked him up. I was like, hey, you know, Uber for 10. All right, cool, let's go. And we were driving, and then he was like, hey, so I was looking at your profile, your driver profile.
This is the first time you guys met?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I just picked him up. And he was like, hey, so your name is Daniel, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, and I was like, I saw your profile. You're from Fresno? I was like, yeah. He's like, what's your last name? I'm Lee. And he's like, are you Hmong? I'm like, no, this couldn't have happened twice. Like, the second time that's happened, and I was like, are you Hmong as well? He's like, yeah, I'm Hmong. I have some family over in Lompoc. I'm like, oh my god. So we were talking about it, and turns out he was in the film industry as well. I'm like, bro, I've been trying to get like a network of Hmong people in the entertainment industry. So I'm like, dude, let's swap information. And so, you know, we swapped information. I dropped him off, and we just kept in contact. And now we have a production company called Good Zoo Studios where, you know, he's part of our crew. Yeah.
Man, talk about serendipity.
Dude. Like, I keep discovering more and more Hmong people, and I'm like, maybe I'm just in the right place at the right time, but it feels right. You know, I love, you know, even while I was here in Fresno, I loved connecting people with other people. Because it was like, hey, if I can't work with you, maybe somebody can. Like, let's see what we can do so that we can build this network of like, hey, you need something? I got a buddy that does it. So if my friend needs something, hey, I got somebody else that does. So that way, it's just kind of, we get closer. It's more than just knowing people. It's connecting people.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like that's the way it should be, where it's like, hey, what can you do for me? It's how can I help you? And if the person acts the same exact way, it's just helping each other.
Yeah, because
it's a community.
Yeah, from a business aspect, it's always the cardinal rule is giver's gain. You always help other people out. You never, as big in the entertainment industry, but business in general is, you never go to an event with the mindset of how can they help me. It's just like, hey, how can I help you, man? If I can't help you, maybe I know someone that can. You know, because I'm not in it for me to benefit. I'm in it so that my friends can benefit. I'm in it so that my circle can benefit, because I tend to be talkative, as you can tell. I tend to talk a lot, but I don't want the talk to not be backed up by something. So I always want to champion my people, because it's hard enough working and living in the entertainment industry. We gotta be able to support each other, and I want to support my people as much as I can. Look, if I can't do it, I'm gonna gas up my friends as much as they can so that they can thrive. You know, kind of go from there. Yeah. So I make an effort to make as many friends as possible.
Yes, definitely. I feel like that's such a like, going back to like the Hmong community, that is such a characteristic of our community, where it's very family orientated. Yeah. And I see, like, with you and Ten and you and your other friends, where it's, you're Hmong, we're automatic family. Yeah. You know,
we're automatically family. It's sometimes, you know, and I used to give my mom crap about this. Growing up, she would mutala, and she'd be like, "Oh, katola." They just talk. And after, I'm like, "Mom, everything in the dialogue." She's like, "Yeah, you both in your mom's getting possible." I'm like, okay, that's a little. But now I do it all the time. You know, like, I'll meet Hmong people, Lao people, Thai, Mian people, like. I'll spot Mian people just because, from what I know, and this may not be true, but their last name starts with Say, S-A-E, right? So there's this girl who's in my acting studio, and her last name was Say Chow. I'm like, oh, hey, cool, you're Mian, right? She's like, you're Hmong, right? I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, we know about each other. So she's from SAC. I'm like, yeah, you know, just, look, if you need anything, just let me know. Like, I want to make sure, especially because she was new to LA, it's like, I want to make sure you're as comfortable as possible. If you need anything, let me know. You know, yeah. I mean, I like connecting people.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, I feel like that. Like, again, that should be the way it should be. Yeah. You know, and definitely sometimes it's not.
I mean, even Mo is just like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. When me and my siblings, my family went to Thailand for my sister's wedding, and we went to go visit a bunch of our relatives in like Hmong. Man, every Hmong person was like, "Oh, not chai or not shu," you know, and it was like, that's so welcoming. Yeah. You know, I mean, like, it might be because we're obviously Americans, but I like to think otherwise.
Yeah, you know? I mean, and we don't see it just there too. So we couldn't say it's just because you're American, because, you know, you go to Minnesota, Wisconsin, and it's like they can spot that you're not from there. So like, hey, you know what? Let me do what I can to make you feel comfortable here. You know, whatever I can do to help you. And it's this, like, in this built-in hospitality.
Yes, that we have which is a beautiful thing. I feel like it's a lot of it is missing. Well, it's not missing, but I feel like a lot of the generation, even my generation or lower, we forget that exists, and we don't have that foresight to see this family orientation thing.
You know, and not to criticize so much our, you know, because this is my generation too.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's there's like a small bit of culture clash, right? Because we have very much a tribal mentality of, like, we want to stick together, even though I don't know you personally, but I know you're one of my crew. I'm going to help you out. But there's a little bit of culture clash, because in traditional American culture, we do tend to be very individualistic. You know, whether it's out of survival or fear, it's, you know, that the tribal mentality, I don't want to say mentality, because that's not it. The mindset, I guess. Yeah. It isn't as enforced, because if you know, let's say you go into the world, you get a new job. If you help somebody else, the general thought is, if you help somebody else, then you're not helping yourself.
Yes.
Help help them by helping yourself, and it's true. Both mindsets are true, and you just kind of have to walk that balance between the two.
The perfect balance between it's
and,
really hard to find.
There really isn't a perfect balance, but you just kind of manage it. If you're leaning more towards one side, correct yourself.
Yeah. That's awesome. And what's some what's the correct word? I don't want to say issues, but what are some obstacles that you find within the Hmong community with in like living in that SoCal area, living that dream of being like an artist?
I mean, I wouldn't call them issues because it's just life.
Yeah,
but,
it's just life.
One of the things that I find is, especially because a lot of the people from LA aren't born there.
Definitely,
aren't born there. So they're born or raised there. So they're from the Midwest, Wisconsin, California, Northern California, or Fresno, and we weren't raised with the ideal of the tribal mindset, right? We just we've become very independent, but when you come to LA, you kind of still try to go the lone wolf route. Lone wolf route. We're like, I'm just going to do it on my own. Because I've reached out to a couple of people. I'm like, hey, that you don't know me, but we're both Hmong. I just want to help out as much as I can. And some people have actually like straight up turned me away. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Do what you will. But I see that as maybe I don't want to say a threat because that's egotistical of me. I don't want to say
like a defense mechanism, maybe.
Yeah, defense mechanism of like, hey, maybe you're trying to take advantage of
because we all hear those stories.
Yeah, you hear those stories. I'm like, I get it. That's why I'm not shaming them for it. But we have that mindset of like having people around us, even if we don't actually if we don't hold your cousin or you still at least had it nearby. Whereas in LA, you're very much
almost
in
isolated.
Different pockets and isolated in LA, so it's a lot harder to shiko. Okay. Also, traffic sucks. So it's like, hey, you want to come over? It's like, how far are you, man? That's gonna take like probably like 45 minutes to like 2 hours. Maybe next time.
Next week.
Cool. Next week. I'll call you.
To restart.
It died?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go back to...
I'm so sorry. So our cameras, the SD card is great.
SD card, DSLR, 30-minute limit.
There you go. There you are.
So reaching back, I repress and it's going, right? So it should be movie has been stopped automatically. Okay, cool. Go back and then...
Yeah. And sorry.
Sorry, I mentioned you. I didn't...
And I forgot to tell you when I was too focused on you.
It didn't give me a camera.
Oh, it's like right in the corner. It's like really small.
Like
in the corner.
on the left?
On the right side of the corner. Yeah, I'll say like 10 seconds before it stops. So Machi will go like, and just finish your sentence or your thought when not. Yeah, we're good?
Yep.
Perfect. What are we talking about?
So the problems with living in LA, the obstacles.
Talk about driving. 45 to 2 hours.
Like honestly, LA is just big and the traffic is horrible. Like sometimes I get friends that'll come and say, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Great. Yeah, I'm down for it." Wait, how far are you? They're like, "Oh, it's just like 45 minutes." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm so tired right now. I'm not gonna like." I want to come over. Let me come over next week. So that way it's like maybe on a Thursday evening where there's no traffic. It'll be like half an hour. I'll be there. It's just it is what it is. Your data. So that also kind of goes into a factor of like, hey, where are you gonna move? I'm like, we kind of give our parents. I don't know about you guys, but I gave my mom crap. I'm like, oh, you're using it, but now that you're in LA, it's like. I don't want to be close to Hmong people.
Yeah.
So, like I live in this pocket up in the San Fernando Valley, the north side of LA, where Universal Studios is. I'm like, cool. I'll go to my friend's place. That's just 20 minutes. It's just 20 minutes. Oh, that's just like 30 minutes with traffic. So let's do that. Whereas I have some friends that are like over in Pomona, which is. An hour, 15 minutes away, and it's like, hey, I'm having a little like end of the summer party. I'm like, I'm good. Like, you want me to go over there and drink and then come back? Nah, I'm set, dude. It's cool. Yeah. Like, we'll just meet up halfway next time.
We'll rent a place and
it's kind of the whole deal of like I was like, no, well, if I'm going to do it, you're going to do it too. That way you think twice about making me go all the way for you. So it's just like, hey, like I live all the way in Orange County. Okay, well maybe we can meet up in Koreatown.
Oh, K-Town. What's up, K-Town?
K-Town. So on the other line, they're like, it's cool. We'll figure out another time. It's just traffic's horrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, traffic is horrible everywhere, but
especially
in LA. LA is popular for bad traffic. So yeah.
Oh, definitely. So you were talking about like K-Town whatnot, and you recently did a video about not being Korean but being mistaken for being Chinese.
Yeah, Korean, Chinese, Japanese. My friend C.CRAVE is forever. It goes at C.CRAVE is forever on Instagram and Facebook. I hit him
Shout
up.
out to C.CRAVE.
Shout out to C.CRAVE.
What's up, fam?
He. It was interesting because I had recently come back from Vegas, and then I saw him on Instagram, and he was coming back from Vegas. Like, damn.
Perfect.
I was like, oh damn, what up? Like I just got back from Vegas. Like, yeah, dude, I'm super tired, but I'm heading back to I'm heading back to LA. I was like, oh shoot, where you at? He's like, North Hollywood. I was like, yo, I live there. So I was like, hey man, whatever you want, let's meet up sometime. We'll talk. We'll talk and hit each other up. He's like, yeah, sure. So, a couple weeks later, he hit me up. We went to go get Thai food, and he was like, hey, you want to go shoot a skit? Which is completely new to me. For me, it's like, give me a script. I'll read it. I'll break it down. I'll learn the lines. I'll get, like, all the character stuff. But he was like, no, we're shooting it right now. Right. Okay. So, we went through it, and so, we shot that. He's like, all right, cool. Tomorrow it'll be up. And it's super fast paced compared to what I'm used to. Because I'm like, hey, we have a script, broken it down. I got to hire the crew, got to hire the cast. We got to come out, we got to find location. It's a whole thing where, let's say if you gave me a script right now, I would probably say, give me like 3-4 weeks because I have to coordinate everything. But for him, he's just like all the go, and he's real good about it too. He was like, now we're gonna pick our shots, we're gonna deliver the lines, give like maybe 1 or 2, and go for it. But I'm working with him again.
Perfect. Can you talk about it?
Well, I mean, he said right now it'll be next week. Yeah. But by the time this video comes out, it would have already came out. Wow. But go check it out anyway at C.CRAVE is forever on Instagram and on YouTube as well. C.CRAVE is forever on YouTube. So, dope. I'm excited because he wants to branch out to the more the Hmong, the Lao, the Mien, the
that's awesome.
The Thai.
C.CRAVE, is it C.CRAVE forever or just
C.CRAVE is forever.
Oh, C.CRAVE is forever. Because he's not Asian.
No, he's not Asian. Yeah, he's a black man from Stockton. I'm like, I respect.
He's from Stockton.
Yeah,
hey.
Yeah, that's why he's so comfortable. Because Duke can speak Cambodian. Like he can speak Khmer. I'm like, bro, are you sure? He's like, no, I'm not mixed. Like, it's just, I grew up with him, kind of in the same vein of like, but he's not fluent because in the same way, I'm not fluent in Spanish, Yo entiendo, pero no hablo. I see. It's just, I understand it. I can kind of speak it, but don't count on me to translate,
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's cool. Like, I love working with him, and we're going to continue working and just collaborating and building up our network and gassing each other up. Like, hey, if I can help you, let's do it.
Yeah, dude. Like, I love this like mentality of like, I'm hype you up, you can hype me up. Yeah, we're just gonna keep.
We're gonna be each other's hype crew.
Yeah, and that's like,
oh yeah, C.CRAVE, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, like, definitely, like, for me, like, we're both actors, and when the best scenes are the scenes where you're trying to make the other person look good, and that person's trying to make you look
always,
good.
Yes, and right.
Energy.
I'm gonna take whatever you give me, agree to it, and I'm gonna add to it and give it back
do
to
the same thing, and then that's gonna make the bigger project better, which is the show. Yeah. And talking about yes and you've done multiple like improv classes and techniques, and on your resume, which is crazy. There's improv 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's I've taken improv from a lot of different places. Like from here in Fresno. Shout out to Nick Haas at Blimprov. He was actually one of the first guys that taught me. It was with Nick Haas at Blimprov. It's with Sabrina Pratt over Central Coast Comedy Theater. Shout out to those. She's great. You know, I learned from those two before I went to LA.
Oh, nice.
Because here, you know, we have like a little bit of an improv scene, and I did my training in theater. You know, so I did Fresno City. I learned from Janine Crystal, so I learned.
Shout out to Janine.
Shout out to Janine.
Thanksgiving play coming out soon.
Oh yeah, Fresno City College Theater Department. For anybody who wants to go into acting, Fresno City College has one of the best programs, which then goes up into Fresno State. And not a lot of people know this, but you know because you went to Fresno State. But Fresno State has one of the best acting programs in the nation. Yeah. I think before I moved to LA, for a period of 5 years, 4 out of those 5 years, Fresno State placed in the finals of the Kennedy Center Theater Festival, which is they competed with
national.
It's a national
theater
competition.
Yeah, a shout out to my friend Wachuku, second place.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fresno's really big. There's a big community theater system, but there wasn't a lot of resources for improv. And I knew Blimprov was a big player in the improv space here. So when Nick announced that they were doing some improv training, I was like, yes, sign me up. I will do it. Learn from him, and by the time I went to it's interesting. I went to LA, and there's this school. It's closed now, but it was a school called Improv Olympic. It's an offshoot of the Improv Olympic in Chicago, so they call it the IO West. I did level 1 and 2 there, and it was stuff I already knew. It was stuff I already knew, and we just kind of like added more and more layers onto it. So I'm really thankful for what Nick and Sabrina were able to teach me while I was still here, because when I got there was no getting used to it. Period. It's just like, I got this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's play. So I've had a fair share of improv to kind of balance the dramatic stuff, because I started not doing comedy because people see me like, oh, you're the funny guy. I'm like, no, actually, you don't know me. I'm not the funny guy. So I wanted to be like, take me seriously. I'm an actor.
Dramatic.
Yeah. So it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I've seen on your reels. It's really good stuff. But going back to you wanting to be more of a dramatic actor, because for me, I have the issue of like, I feel like a lot of younger artists hate the idea of typecasting.
Yes.
Yeah, because like for me, of course, like I'm a smaller man. My voice is a little higher than usual. Yeah. So I get.
But you're still a man.
Yeah, I'm a man. Hear that, Mom? Yeah. I mean, what is your take on it? Since for Asians, like just going back to the mistaken as Chinese
typecasting, it's so I don't like the idea, but it's. In terms of the industry, the way the industry looks at it, it's a necessary evil.
It is.
Right? Because they, if I walk into a room with the casting director, they don't know who I am. And because they're seeing so many people, they're not afforded the time or the privilege of getting to know me.
Okay, real quick, we've been throwing down a lot of like industry work terms stuff that people don't understand. So, a casting director is somebody hired by the production to find people. Yes. They don't get to choose who gets the final say, but they're like, so let's say for example, right? We're casting Peter Pan, so we're looking for the role of Peter Pan. I will never be Peter Pan, but they say you, but they see you. They're like, I don't know if he can do it. But I'm going to bring him in to give him the chance to read. Because by me, if they look at me, they're like, nope, this is not Peter Pan. So their job is to find
a good pool of people and then show them in front of the cast. Because directors don't have time to look at everybody's real headshot resume and be like, 12,000 people, that one. they don't have time to do it. So they hire casting directors to do that. So
to find that typecasting.
To find the character, not necessarily typecasting, because typecasting is just a tool.
Yes.
You know, it's just a tool to make it easier to filter out people. So it's a necessary evil because look, if you were given 15, 20,000 people, you're like, hey, you got to find Peter Pan. Yeah, you're going to rely on those tools to make your job a lot easier because you don't have time to go to 12, 15,000, let alone anybody else. So you're going to say, okay, unfortunately, who does not have the right body type? Cut that down. Who is too old? Cut that down. And just keep going from there. So it just makes your job easier.
Yes.
Yeah. So the casting directors are the one that say, okay, cool, I'm going to send you to the director to see if the director wants to hire you for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. What have you gone through any of that struggle of being typecasted for something?
People look at me, they expect comedy, but I mean, look, it's just me being self-conscious. I don't feel like I'm
a comedian
or a comedy type, you know, because I tend to get really serious. You know, people sometimes say, "Oh, yeah, you're funny." I'm like, I'm funny without a script. Don't tell. If you're like, do you know why the chicken crossed the road? You're like, I can't pull the comedy out. But people see it, and so that's where you have to understand how people see you, and you just play into that, right? Because people see me, they're like, oh well, he's not leading man, but he's not the bad guy either. So he's more like the sidekick or the best friend, the supporting role. I'm like, great, cool. I'm okay with that. Let's go for it. So have you seen the movie 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen? I would be Seth Rogen. But I couldn't be all of Seth Rogen's characters. But for that specific one, it was like, cool, he would be a good match for that role. So typecasting, necessary evil. But in order to circumvent that, you have to understand how people perceive you. So they're like... typecasting, brand consultants.
Okay.
Brand consultants. And so what they'll do is they'll look at you. They have no idea who you are. And they'll say, this is what I see. So the last guy I went to, he said, white collar, a little bit of blue collar, maybe. Definitely, retail is an option. I wouldn't be a manager, but I wouldn't be a manager, but I'd be more of a supervisor level where it's I want to be big, but for some reason I'm not.
You're not.
So they're like, don't take it personal. It's just immediately what I see.
Yeah, it's
and what they say. Yeah, as we were talking, he's like, you know what? I can tell from the way you talk that you've been around for a while. You've talked to a lot of people. You understand how to navigate conversations, and that's great. However, we don't see that immediately, and we don't get a chance to see that. So I know you want to do the dramatic roles, but you want to make sure that people see you that you understand how people perceive you instantly, so you get in the door. Once you get in the door, then you can convince them otherwise.
Yeah, there's a lot of actors like that. I don't know if you guys watch it, but I'm putting my Chew behind the camera for everyone who sees.
My Chew.
We're huge Office fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I from the Office, I started following Steve Carell's career, and now he's doing Foxcatcher. He just did A Beautiful Boy, which were all dramatic movies, you know. But he started out doing the reporter guy in Bruce Almighty. Yeah.
Bruce Almighty. Even before that, he was a correspondent on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a correspondent on the Daily Show. So it's like he's putting in the hours of comedy, but through The Office, you can start seeing a little bit of his dramatic side.
Yeah, those scenes with dang it.
Holly,
thank you. You read my mind.
God, when he had to drop her off.
Yeah. Those are great. That season, man.
Yeah.
That season.
But oh, excuse me.
Oh no, it's good. It's good.
But yeah, with Steve Carell, he understood that that's how people perceived him, and you start kind of peppering this up. You know, for a lot of my friends that have been on TV shows, the first season, they write with a specific purpose, but as the show goes on, they start writing for you, because they start understanding your talents, your strong points. And they start catering. They start shaping the character to be around you. Like, for example, Mindy Kaling in The Office. In the beginning, she was just another office worker. She didn't really have much of a personality. But she was also a writer on the show, and people were like, no, she's funny as hell. Let's add her in.
She's sassy.
Yeah, she's funny, she's sassy, she can play that role so well. And they start adding her, featuring her more and more and more. And after The Office, she had the Mindy Project. And it was just like, this is great, But understanding how you're perceived goes a long way. I'm a big guy. I understand that. I understand that people have a certain expectation about me. Perfectly fine. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I understand the amount of space I take up. Yeah.
Well, a thing that I didn't expect when meeting you is like karate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are martial art trained.
Yeah, I know enough.
Combat trained. Yeah.
I know enough. But please don't fight me on the streets, because we're gonna get problems. No, actually, more specifically, I will have problems. Yeah.
I will scratch you and run and scream.
I am not above scratching somebody's eyes out. I had growing up, family from Florida, so we didn't get the chance to really take martial arts classes.
Learn it properly.
Yeah, learn it properly. But as I got older, there's this guy, shout out to Sensei Va, here in Fresno, who teaches. Oh,
he's in Fresno.
Yeah.
Oh.
Va, her.
Do you know his, or she?
No, sorry, I didn't mean she. I was going to say, Shito Ryu is his base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's based here in Fresno. He went to the same high school as I did. Shout out Edison High School.
My brother went to Edison. Shout out Saint.
Yeah. But yeah, he, I'd seen that he was posting about hey, I'm teaching karate. I'm a Hmong guy, so I want to help out my community. So I'm like, great, cool. I learned from him. He teaches karate, aikido, jiu-jitsu, and judo. So he even said, this isn't mixed martial arts in the sense of the combat sport. This is mixed martial arts. I said, the Japanese form martial arts that are mixed together, because you can see specific movements. You were taught that in karate, but in aikido it's the same type of movement, because the wrist control. There's a lot to it, and as he started to explain the philosophy to me, I was like, this is great. Wow, teach me more. So unfortunately, it was a year later. I ended up moving to LA, so I'm like, ugh. But I've kept that principle with me ever since, and I'm still training. I'm still training now with a small group of people that meet up in North Hollywood, and they're more like, oh yeah, I'm boxing focused. You have a guy that does Hung Kun or Hungar as it is in Mandarin, and so when I tell them about the Japanese martial arts, it's kind of just the public perception of it's very strict, rigid. I'm like, it's all. Because they think kata, right? They're just yeah. I'm like, that's cool and all, but you have to understand the reason why you have the katas. It's because the katas are not necessarily about you do this and then you do this. It's muscle movement, muscle memory, because
wax on, wax off, right?
Yeah, wax on, wax off. That was generally the idea behind it, because you don't, in the middle of a fight, you don't get the opportunity to think about what combos you're going to set up. Your body just goes, and hopefully it remembers. And one of the things that Sensei Va taught me was, I don't want you to trust me. I want you to trust your instincts. I'm like, yeah, it's great. So I luckily got a chance to learn from him, and I'd been a fan of martial arts growing up. I watched Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li movies. I may have been a little obsessive about it because I studied the martial art like a science. I understood that a Muay Thai low kick is different from a karate low kick.
Yeah.
How your hip snaps, and when you extend your foot, Do you chamber your knee? Stuff like that. So once I started studying with Sensei Va, I was talking about it. It's like, oh, did you train before? I was like, no, but I'm just a huge fan.
Yeah, I just watch it.
I just watch it a lot. Trust me. I could redo the whole Bruce Lee fight scene. Yeah. But it's been a big part of my life because I love the problem solving aspect of it. Like even in jiu-jitsu, I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, jiu-jitsu is weird. I'm like, jiu-jitsu is like human chess.
It's if you are you a fan of like UFC
and
stuff?
Huge fan.
That's
huge
great.
Fan.
We're gonna have a separate a video and podcast about UFC. But like Joe Rogan, he always talks about how jiu-jitsu and wrestling are the key fighting style to win a match.
Because like for example, Daniel Cormier, right? Daniel Cormier is a great martial artist because he has that. He has the base of wrestling, so they're used to working themselves all the way out to the max to when they're exhausted. I mean, you're exhausted, your body takes over. Your body takes over and does what it knows. So you see some fighters that maybe have like a base in boxing. You see as they get more tired, they start getting to that boxing mode because they've been conditioned to remember that. When they're exhausted, they can still go because it's less about the energy output and just more about the body understands these mechanics more than most. I don't have to think so much to do this. But jiu-jitsu and wrestling are a great base for any mixed martial artist because it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting that you force yourself to empty the gas tank so that you say, hey, what does your body do now? What do you do when you're out of energy? What do you do when you are literally in survival mode of like, I have to keep myself protected and stay away from this danger.
Yeah, and it's definitely it brings in the aspect of like technique and the exercise aspect without bringing in the like trauma aspects.
Yes.
Yeah, whereas striking, what people don't really know is a good strike to the head leaves permanent scarring to the brain, which leads into like brain damage.
Whereas brain damage, concussions.
Yes.
It takes a lot out of you.
It does. Whereas jiu-jitsu and wrestling, it's more grappling based. It just isn't as much trauma. Maybe you might get a double leg and lift it, and you might land on your head. But that's
but even then, let's say if I had, for some reason, I had you in an armbar and you were able to lift me up. Look, common sense tells me, look, as soon as you start to pick me up, I'm letting go. Because it's not worth holding on to that. And that's where I love jiu-jitsu because it's all about opportunities, right? Like as soon as you lift me up, cool. That means you're not worried about your legs. I'm dropping it and I'm hooking you. Like I'm getting ankle lock.
Bust into a triangle.
There's a lot of different things I can do at that point. And it's learning jiu-jitsu is like learning vocabulary. The more words you know, the better it is to communicate.
You can eat a snake just around the body. And so going off martial arts, how do you feel about Shang-Chi being the first Asian Marvel superhero? And what's his name? Not Ludi Lim.
Oh no. It's
Ludi Lim's Liu Kang.
Yeah, Ludi Lim is
Liu Kang. Shout out to Ludi Lim. What
was his name? It starts with an L.
Yeah, it starts with L too. I was confused too. But Shang-Chi, yes. Yeah, him. Scott Cassidy, congrats.
Wait,
people.
Go for it. Simu Liu. That's
there you go.
Simu Liu.
There you go.
Great guy. I love the casting because honestly, it's weird. He's charismatic enough and he is good looking enough to get people who aren't already fans of it to come in. It's a low barrier of entry, but he's also a great actor. I love his I love his performance.
I've seen all his Wong Fu stuff.
And Wong Fu stuff, And because he does Wong Fu, he's part of the community. He wants to actively grow the community. So, good.
We're good.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like, hey, hold on.
No, you're good.
Machi's
just distracting us, all those audio listeners.
Actually,
He's handsome.
Yeah. He's handsome. he's charismatic.
No homo.
And I think, whatever. People think what they want. But Simu is great casting for the role. I like that they're going forward with Shang-Chi. Me personally, I think they should have made Iron Fist an Asian, a half Asian character,
Danny Tran.
Because if you look back on the history of it, Iron Fist was written as a response to the popularity of Bruce Lee. So Bruce Lee was getting big, so people wanted to see Asian action stars. But then Iron Fist came out, and he was a white guy doing it, and
and there was
the story of like
backlash.
Yeah, there's the story of like a white guy going to the ancient one, Asia, training, and these guys have been doing it for centuries, millennia.
And then the white guy is the savior of the Asian
he's a
people.
savior. So I was like, bro, could you be any more white savior? And there's a campaign to have Louis Tan, who's also another great actor, to have Louis Tan play Danny Rand, Iron Fist. And he was actually auditioning for it. He actually got into the room, and I guess at the last moment they changed it.
They flipped it.
So, it's a shame. It's a shame that it happened, but it did. And shout out to Dua Moore because he was cast in Iron Fist.
As one of Miss that crazy old lady, Chinese ladies.
That crazy lady.
Yeah,
he was like one of the. I don't want to say henchman. He was one of the bad guys. I can't remember the name of him.
Yeah.
But props to having opportunities for
Shout
Asian
out
actors.
Domo.
Shout out to Dua Moore. Boom, Mulan. He's in
Mulan too.
So it's a slow process, but it's happened. That's what I'm happy for, and I just hope that people don't get complacent. Like, oh well, this is happening, so I'm going to stop trying. No, keep trying, keep kicking down these doors so that people take us seriously.
Yeah, and talking about taking it seriously, one of my big thing about Shang-Chi, and it comes from a domino effect of things. Whereas in Rogue One, if you're a Star Wars fan, in Rogue One, Donnie Yen is in there, right? And it's great casting. Donnie Yen's a hardworking actor. He's been there in the industry ever since like
the early
teens. 90s. And one of my big thing was he is a warrior monk in outer space.
He's a blind warrior
monk in outer space who happens to know kung fu and who happens to wield a bow staff, who happens to be wearing a straw hat.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, okay, let's see, Earth is over here, and whatever galaxy they are is in a whole different solar system, and he just happens to have all the Asian stereotypes.
Yeah.
And my big thing with Shang-Chi was, again, it goes back into that necessary evil, because a lot of communities don't know about all these Asian stereotypes or Asian issues, whereas the monk from Doctor Strange, when she was
go back.
Okay, all right, cool. Actually,
we good?
Do you have a tissue or is there...
Do you have tissue?
Yeah.
Pollens?
Was that
pollens?
God, valley fever.
Yeah. When we came back from Thailand, my nose is perfect. As soon as we got into the United States, my eyes, my nose started puffing.
Oh,
dude.
Thank you.
Oh, did she wrote it? Can you check if she wrote it?
I don't know if she did.
No. Can you?
Press the red button.
Yeah, it's the record button. Yeah, good. But going back to the Shang-Chi thingy was I forget her name, but she's a British actor, and the Doctor Strange, where she was casted as HMONG. There's a lot of backlash, right?
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, and when Margaret Cho leaked their text of her saying, why is everyone mad at me? Because there is a lot of community outside the Asian community that doesn't understand the issues that we have. And my thing with Shang-Chi was the first ever Marvel superhero for younger Asian kids is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a stereotypical hero who knows kung fu, because that is Shang-Chi's origin.
Shang-Chi's his alter ego is the master of kung fu.
And whereas Black Panther, there is a video, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a bunch of little kids saying, I want to be him. No, I'm that one on the poster.
Yeah.
Right, and that's very heartwarming, and it's like, man, you know, that community has gotten to that point, and I feel like it's almost if you don't learn history, it repeats history kind of deal, you know.
Yes, but at the same time, it's the fact that we're getting
even out there,
right? Because I had a talk with a friend recently about diversity. He was like, "Oh, Crazy Rich Asians." I like Crazy Rich Asians. As a film itself, for the betterment of the community, it's okay. But at the same time, you know, that's me being like an artist and being a purist, you know, in the film arts. But for the industry, it did have a big effect.
Yes.
And I'm hoping it'll be the same scenario with Shang-Chi, because there are a lot of layers to Shang-Chi. You know, if you read the comics, like he's part of, I believe it was Defenders.
Yes, the original.
And then there was like the recent comics with Amadeus Cho. There's like, you know, the Incredible Hulk or Totally Awesome Hulk with Shang-Chi, and there's just it just happens to be one of his abilities, but you don't bring any light to it specifically. I'm more excited about the universe that's going to be expanded into it, because you have Shang-Chi, you have the Mandarin, you also have
the Mandarin.
Yeah, Tony Leung. So good.
Just fanboying. Oh.
Yeah, and but there's also a character called Lin Kuei. No, not Lin Kuei. Is it Lin Kuei? He's called the Cat, but he's like the Asian Punisher. He doesn't have any special abilities. But he's just really good at what he does.
Yeah, he's really good.
You know, and he's an anti-hero where he's not necessarily a good guy. Well, he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's definitely not a good guy. You know, in the same sense. You know, he'll be willing to kill people. But you kind of, I'm relishing the fact that they have the opportunity to explore that duality, right? Because Shang-Chi is like Captain America, but Asian. You know,
basically.
He's like an all-around good guy, and you know, he's really nice, and he's gonna, you know, I'm calling it right now. He's gonna learn about his dad being a bad guy. I was like, Dad, what the heck, man? But yeah, it's just kind of like a battle for the soul thing. So it'd be nice once they start. It's not Lin Kuei. Lin Kuei
is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Lin Kuei is Mortal Kombat. It's because Sub-Zero said, "I am not ninja. I am Lin Kuei."
Yes.
Shen Kuei.
Xin Kuei.
Yeah, that's the name. I was like, why am I seeing
too much video games for us?
Too many video games.
Mortal Kombat X. Shout outs. Terminator just got announced.
Yeah. It's just I'm excited to see, you know, with the introduction of more characters, a duality, just a different side of yellow people.
Yeah,
you know, people that look like us. We're not all the mono minority. We're not all nerds. You know, who happen to be really really good at math. We have bright sides and dark sides
of us, definitely. It just happens that us two hit those.
gamers.
We just happen. Not everyone though. I swear.
It's just a coincidence.
It's coincidence. All right. Lastly, I want to hit up specifically within the Hmong community. Like, what are some tips from you? Because you've been doing this for quite a while, you know, for Hmong, especially a Hmong actor to make it in the industry.
Oh man.
Because it's definitely competitive.
Like, I mean, how much time you got? we got a whole episode.
Yeah, man. We're already at an hour. I guess we got like an hour left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll try to keep it concise without rambling,
you got it,
which I tend to do.
You're good. We'll make it good in post.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's say, for example, if you were to approach me and say, "Hey, Daniel, give me some advice."
Daniel, I'm new.
Oh God, I hope you're not me. Don't eat so much.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna survive off raw noodle for the first year.
Like do what you gotta do to survive. Just know that Hmong people tend to get gout, so don't eat so much salt. But if I were to give advice, right, it would be train. Like
train.
take this seriously, because if it weren't for my opera, like my opera, musical theater, Shakespeare, if it weren't for that training, I would not be at the place where I am today. Mm-hmm. I always tell people that LA, when you jump from wherever you are to LA, it doesn't matter whether it's Fresno, Twin Cities, Charlotte, North Carolina, like anywhere. If you go to LA is the Olympics of acting. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't jump into the Olympics. I mean, shout out to Suni Lee, the gymnast. Shout out to her. Mm-hmm. You did it, girl. I'm proud of you. Supporting you. USA.
USA, Japan.
USA.
Japan next year. Let's go.
But you wouldn't jump into the Olympics without training.
Definitely.
A lot of people, it's not just Hmong people. People in general, they have these hopes and dreams of going to LA. It's like, I have that little
the X
spark,
factor.
The X factor. Truth be told, nobody really has the X factor. You just happen to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. Amount of preparation. Was it Will Smith said, "Preparation meets opportunity."
Luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very true. It's very true. My first film role I got in LA, you get to LA, you're submitting all the time. You see these casting notices, and you go for it. I got cast as a sumo wrestler. One, because I was a big guy and I was Asian. But then I started talking to directors like, "Oh, hey, I saw your resume. You're an opera singer as well." I'm like, yeah. I've sang opera for a couple of years. Like, great. I'm gonna make a few changes to your character. And now my character is a singing opera
sumo wrestler.
Yeah, sumo wrestler sings opera. So
that's great.
I would say like Pagliacci stuff, like Ridi Pagliaccio, like in a loincloth.
That's great.
And it's interesting, but I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have stood out to him if I didn't have that opportunity. A lot of people, like, there are a couple of Shakespeare things I auditioned for. They're like, we don't get too many Asian people who do Shakespeare. I'm like I just happen to have the opportunity, so like, take your training seriously. Like, if you're gonna decide that you want this, like, go for it 100%. Like, dedicate yourself to it, because it's already hard enough as a job. It's already hard enough of a job to go in, day out, get rejected. Because you spend all this training, all this money, all this time for the chance to get a job. Some actors will say that, you do all that training, they pay you to wait, you act for free, which is very true. I don't get cast that often, so but you want to make sure that whenever your time comes, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's today, whether it's down the road, that you're prepared and ready for it. You have to take it seriously, and if I know it sounds disheartening, but if there's something else you'd rather be doing, do that, because it is not worth the time, the money, the heartache to live in LA. Go through all that traffic, pay all that rent, just for you to be like, oh, this is a hobby. No, it's like, go all in for it. And I experience this as well. Sometimes, like, when you start out, you're not quite sure if this is actually what you want to do. If you're gonna go 100%, go 100% training. See what happens. I did my first opera. I auditioned, didn't think I'd get in. I got in. I got a lead role. And I didn't really apply myself until my teacher, shout out to Melissa Wolfman, Fresno City College Opera Workshop.
Oh my God, is that the vocal coach there?
Yeah, she's vocal coach there.
That she, recently, is that her?
I don't know recently. What?
She recently passed away.
Oh no, that's Rebecca Sarkeesian.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't do any vocal thing at City.
It's okay. Yeah, but Melissa Wolfman gave me my first performance opportunity, and halfway through the semester, I was just kind of not really rehearsing, not really giving my full heart. It's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm rehearsing. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you're messing around. Like, take it seriously. Like, people would love to be in that position.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
there's always someone who's ready to.
Yeah, there's always someone like, you know, when you're casting a show, there's an understudy who wants your job.
Yeah.
Easy. He'd be like, you know, I'm hoping he's sick.
I know.
Boom, got it. I'm like, well, I mean, we like the understudy more, so blah blah.
Goodbye.
So always be on your toes. Like, take it seriously. Like, go 100%, because I know that with Hmong people, we have a chip on our shoulder. We are hardworking people.
We are.
So believe that this is an option. Believe this is an option, and don't let this idea that it's not a possibility linger in your mind. Because if you can believe it, you can make it happen. In Fresno, for the longest time, I was like, oh, I can't really do this acting thing, until I did opera. I did opera. You know, like opportunities beget opportunities, right? I did opera. I did The Magic Flute by Mozart. After that, I did Merry Wives of Windsor. After that, I did Così fan tutte. And I was like, oh, you know, like I want to try something a little bit different. So then I auditioned for a musical with Stageworks Fresno. They did Light the Piazza, so like, oh, we want more like classical legit people. Like, great. It's set in Italy in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
So I did fit in, but I got cast anyway.
I mean, if you're good enough, and then they're just gonna make a
yeah, you know. So and there's a you can suspend your disbelief a little bit more for the stage.
it's especially for the stage.
Yeah. So I did that, had a great time. You know, then I was like, you know, there's a musical called The Secret Garden auditioning in Visalia, which is, you know, for those of you who aren't in Fresno or know Fresno, Visalia is about like 30 to 45 minutes drive. Not too far at all. I auditioned, got in. You know, so I drove like 5 nights a week to Visalia, but it was so worth it because every production I've done, I've learned something from it. You know, Stageworks Fresno, I learned how grand of an operation it is. In Visalia, you know, with the colleges of Sequoias, I learned how big, you know, having an actual stage is. Because with Stageworks Fresno, they did a proscenium type where the audience was all around you.
Yeah. It's like a black box type.
Yeah, like a black box where the audience is all around you. So we played with that, but then whereas at College of Sequoias, we had a traditional theater. So one side you have the, you know, so I had that experience. After that, I was like, you know what? I want to try my hand at like real acting.
Real acting.
So I auditioned for Woodward Shakespeare Festival.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's Shakespeare in the Park. It happens every summer in Fresno, and I got in. I got Henry V, and by that time I was like, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Were these back to back?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like sometimes, you know, like after the Secret Garden, I got injured, so I'm like, I'm not doing anything for like 3-4 months.
You finally fought someone?
I fought someone.
Yeah, finally fought someone.
There was a dance. There was a dance number
run fast enough.
Where we had like ballroom dance, and like I twirl her out, then twirl her back in. She leans on me, but I swear the last performance, closing night.
Oh, okay.
Lean, and I heard like a pop. I'm like, ooh, cool. Let's just go through it. And I'm just running off of adrenaline. And by the time I get home, I'm like, something's really wrong. And I went to the chiropractor. It's like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of it kind of shifted a little bit.
Displacement.
So like, but went back into it.
We're back in.
Glutton for Punishment, because that was in the spring. So I think March we performed, and then in the summer we did Shakespeare.
Oh, okay.
Glutton for Punishment. We did fight scenes. I think I still have the record for most amount of deaths in one play. Because we played different characters because it's a small cast. I think I died 7 or 8 times.
Oh, Jesus.
It was intense. One of the most physically demanding shows because we did fight scenes with swords, dead. I died. And then lights go out, run, change, do something, beat somebody else, go, fight again. I'm like, oh God. But, another lesson in like always staying on your toes, right? About halfway through our run, one of the cast members was let go, and they're like, "Oh man, he's a big part of the show. What are we gonna do?" So one of the big I guess one of the guys on the board of advisors, he's also an actor. He stepped in and said, "Oh, I'll play that role." And but the original actor played two separate roles, right? He just was dual cast. So he's like, "Oh, I can do one. I don't know about the other." I'm like, "Oh, I've been reading for that role. So if you want, I can step in." They're like, "Really? Let's do it." So
now you have to die 10 times.
Yeah, now I had to die 10 times with a Welsh accent.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's just like another level up opportunity. So after that, did opera again. Oddly enough, during the run of the Shakespeare show, I actually got cast in one of the films that was filmed here called Brick Madness. And I got cast and they're like, "Hey, we want to have you on set. Just show up." And we were shooting at the Sheboygan Hall, Clovis North. I think it's Clovis North or Willow International.
I think it's Clovis.
Yeah. But one of the concert halls there. So, we were shooting there, and that day I was like, on set, cool, act, do your thing, wait, once they clear you, I went straight to Wilbur Park to
do that.
Do the show. So by now I'm like, double shows don't stress me out. I'm like, whatever, let's do it. But it's all like, it has all led to something, right? Like all this training has led to other opportunities. I got cast as a lead in a play for the very first time in 2017, because I moved to LA in 2015, and then I did children's theater, and then I got cast as a lead in a play, and that was a big deal. After that, I auditioned for a couple of musicals, but I actually kind of said no because they were kind of so far away. I learned how far Orange County is from where I was.
Know where you are.
Because I auditioned, and I went on Monday. I auditioned. They're like, "Hey, rehearsals start tonight." Okay, let's do it.
You got casted.
Yeah, I got cast that night.
Oh God.
I was like, oh, okay, it takes like an hour to get there, whatever. I didn't realize that the Monday was a holiday. So the next day I left at, because rehearsal started at 8, I left at 7. Big mistake. I was super late. And it wasn't until like maybe 3 weeks into rehearsal, I was like, okay, I have to leave at 4 to get there by 8. It's just, but going back to it, it's just take advantage of your training. Sorry.
No, you're good. Lots of flowers in here.
Yeah. Take advantage of your training. Take advantage of your surroundings, right? Because Fresno has actually like a decent sized film community.
Yes.
It's not Hollywood by any means, but there are opportunities. So if one of you is a filmmaker or a writer is like, hey, I want to write screenplays or I want to direct a film. Hey, guess what? Windsong Productions and Blair Media, they hold a little mini film festival-ish every 3-4 months. The Germ. Yeah, the Germ. So what they do is they give you an idea, whether it's a picture, a word, a song, something to just spark your imagination. Create something. They just have like a rule from like, one of the things I did was space was the concept or the germ, and the rule was you had to have one long shot for that lasted at least 60 seconds. So you get these opportunities. That way you don't jump into Hollywood like blinded and overwhelmed by everything. You're like, oh cool, I did my thing in Fresno. I'm gonna take that experience and that training, go here, and then start leveling up from here. Because no matter how much training you got in Fresno or Wisconsin or Minnesota, you're gonna have to keep training in LA.
Yeah, right? It's a constant working process.
Yeah, it's a constant work. It's constant growth. So unfortunately, I don't care how good of an actor you are. You have to keep training there, because you could be the greatest theater actor here, but once you get to LA, do you know how to control yourself in front of the camera? Do you know what your framing is? Do you know how big or how small you need to be? that's just something you have to learn. So go in with the mindset of I'm here to learn, and I'm here to make somebody else's vision come true.
Okay. Definitely, training is definitely a thing. I forgot who said this, but it was a acting career dies like a shark, because a shark constantly has to swim to stay alive. So your career is a shark kind of deal. And like I know it's lastly, I said it was the last thing, but like last thing, what's something you would that you would what's I don't know hint or something that you can give into a Hmong student, a Hmong person who wants to become an artist?
A hint
or advice. I don't know why hint gets my mind.
Yeah. I will tell you what my dad has told me. You never stop learning, and don't ever give up that thirst for knowledge. I don't care how long you've been in the film industry, you are always learning something. Yeah, I've worked with a DP who has been in the industry for like over 15 years, and when there was a fight scene, he was like, "Oh my God, yeah, that's a totally different way of seeing things that I've never seen before." I worked with another gaffer. He's the guy that sets up lights. He worked on the set of Star Wars, like the original trilogy.
Oh wow!
And the way we set up the fight scene, he was like, "I'd never lit something up like that before." So there's always something to learn, and so you should never feel like you know everything, because one, you're wrong, but two, you would be shutting off, you'd be closing off opportunities to learn and to see things from a different perspective. If you want to give film a try, ask around. Ask around, even if it's like, look, I want to be a PA on your set. Great, because PAs are always needed. PAs are always needed. There are a lot of different options out there. I mean, if people want to reach out to me, they can. I have no qualms when people reach out to me and say, "Hey, I need advice," because I can do my best to get them connected. Yeah, because I like doing that.
Yeah, earlier we're making each other look good, not ourselves look good. Yeah. Definitely. That's definitely a great advice. And be open-minded. Always train. Always have that thirst to learn. But lastly, how can people find you on social media, Mr. Daniel?
People can find me on social media at Instagram is at Mr. Daniel Lee.
It's really Mr. Daniel. I was just like,
it's
I was calling Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, it's legit Mr. It's Mr. Daniel Lee. On Facebook, if you look up Daniel Lee actor, you'll find me on there. I don't update my Facebook that much because I'm lazy. But on Instagram, you'll find me a little bit more active there. I usually post about like food occasionally. Waffles. Oh God, waffles. And I came back to Fresno, by the way. I didn't realize how much I missed Nava. People talk about boba like y'all don't even know.
Y'all don't know what Nava is. And then you're doing an upcoming project with your friend, I forgot his name already. Your black friend.
C.CRAVE is forever. I'm doing some skits with him. Shout out to my production company, Good Zoo Studios.
Good Zoo.
Good Zoo. Yeah, like good Zhongna. Yeah. But we wrote it that way, so it's like good or Zhong or Good Zoo Studios. Because it gets people, instead of being like, "What's Hmong?" it gets people just to ask a question. What do you mean Good Zoo? Like I've never heard of it before. Okay, cool. Well, if you check out our website, goodZoostudios.com, it'll have a definition of good and Zhong. And what I pride myself on, with the four of us, me, Ten Yang Sirisuk, Amanda Hang, and Sai Kong Yang, what I pride myself on, it'll say on the website, is like our generation, our ancestry has comprised of storytellers. We intend to keep that tradition alive. So we want to show people that we want to tell our stories. When I talk about diversity, I'm not talking about having Asians, like having a white character and an Asian person play that white character. No, that's disingenuous. It's not honest. I want diverse stories. I want to tell the story of how, like how my mom had a C-section, and she, they had an issue with the epidural, and now she has a drop foot, and she was told she could never drive, and she taught all of us how to drive. Like those little nuggets of truth that are worth being told.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus we'll tell some different type of stuff as well.
Yeah.
But it's all towards a greater purpose of like. I mean, I don't know if I've told you this story before, but there was, when I was doing Shakespeare, there's some Hmong kids that came up to me after the show.
Beautiful.
And they said, hey, they were like, hey, we didn't know Hmong people could act.
That's great.
And I was like, I don't know how to process this.
Yeah.
Like this, they're real genuine about it. So I'm like, hey, you know what? If you guys want to act, I could talk to the director, introduce you, and we could, maybe not for this season, but for next season. And their response was, oh, it's not really a Hmong thing. Mm-hmm. And that broke me. So I remind myself every time I'm in LA, like the struggle. I'm like, because people ask me, it's like, why, like my mom, for example, she'll ask me, it's like, why are you trying so hard for this dream to happen
of yours?
And I said, honestly, it's not really for me. I want to do it so that it's not so much of a challenge or so much of a foreign thought for the next generation to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like our generation still, like you're talking, like even my generation or lower generation after me still look down on like Hmong people as this ethnicity that could be something like big, and it's like if I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm playing Korean music in the back. I love Korean K-pop because of the work they put in it. It's so extravagant, to me they're probably like the best like entertainment business on stage like that. But like a lot of Hmong kids, like in the New Year's, not to talk shit but to talk shit,
just calling it out.
Yeah, it's calling it as it is.
How I see it.
But there are Hmong kids that were at a booth teaching people how to speak Korean, right? Who and someone asked them, "Can you speak Hmong? Can you have a full conversation in Hmong?" And they couldn't, And I feel like a lot of it is like they don't see Hmong people as this extravagant thing to achieve, So they go, "Oh, I want to be an actor like Leonardo DiCaprio, or I want to be a pop star like Tae Yang, Yeah. Whereas like you could be that yourself and be you.
I had a discussion with one of my friends once, and he had always asked me, like, because I'm so proud of being Hmong, like I wear it on my sleeve. I'm like, look, I'm unapologetically Hmong.
That's such a great unapologetically Hmong.
Unapologetically Hmong, because with the pluses and the positives and negatives, I take it all because I know that any negatives there are, I can work to change that. But he asked me, was like, why are you so proud of being Hmong? And I told him, it's like, it's because the culture is beautiful. It is a part of me. Whether I want to accept it or not, it's there. And he was like, well, why do you think it is? Because I talked to him a lot about the whole Korean thing, right? Like, nothing wrong with being a fan of K-pop. Go do you. But it's when you start disparaging your own culture that we start having problems. And so he was like, like, why do you think it is that they kind of reject, their Hmong culture and they're trying to adopt Korean, Chinese, Japanese, East Asian cultures? And I said, honestly...
Okay, our battery is about out and it has stopped.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Oh.
Do you have a...
Is it dead?
No, but it's like blinking.
Oh, we'll wrap it up. But finish your thought.
Okay. Yeah, I told them it's about perception. It's about perception because
yes, all about perception.
Whenever they think of Hmong people, they think, oh, but when they think of Koreans, they're like, oh, they don't see the Koreans that live in the mountains.
Yeah, they don't see the Koreans that Fresno State.
Yeah,
way better looking than you.
Well, I mean, look. Speak for yourself. I'm not agreeing with that. But it's this perception because they see K-pop. They're like, oh, I want that kind of life. I want the glitz and glamour. I'm like, you don't see like the fishermen working hard day in day out, the farmers, because they're not that different from us. But it's all about perception, right? Because they want that, they want the life.
They want that highest of high.
Yeah, and so he asked me, he's like, well, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change how people perceive Hmong people, because I know that there's more to it. I know that there's more to it. There's a beauty to our culture, and not just in our pandaos. It's in the way we speak. It's in the way we respect our elders. It's in the way we connect without even knowing each other.
Yeah, like you and Ten.
Yeah,
in the car.
It's just this built-in magnetism, and like it's beautiful. But people don't see that, and I want people to see that. So I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that mass media, whether through film or television, they start seeing Hmong people on screen and be like, yeah, we are worthy of respect. We're not going to wait for somebody to give us an opportunity like Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino. We're not going to let our narrative be told through the lens of someone else. We are going to tell our stories. We're going to shape our stories, and we're going to shape the community's narrative moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. That's a beautiful message. That's a beautiful mission too, and and I think it's definitely like our generation who's gonna do that for the generation behind. And thank you again, Mr. Danny, for doing this. We've hit a little over an hour. Yeah. We'll probably even post. It'll probably cut down to like 50, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Yeah.
Can I plug something?
Yeah. Plug something before.
Is the camera still going?
Yeah.
All right. OHYO Clothing. At OHYO Clothing on Instagram. Support my buddy. His name is Fee. He recently had a brand relaunch in Fresno. So I want to gas him up as much as I can. Support Hmong businesses, support Hmong creatives, artists as much as we possibly can. Because look, if we don't support ourselves, who's gonna? And
that's OHYO for people who can't see this. It's OHYO.
Yeah. So on Instagram it's OHYO Clothing, OHYO Clothing. All one word.
Perfect. All right, thank you, Mr. Dan, for your time and coming out and chit-chatting with me
for
a while.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it's always a pleasure, dude. Like, I haven't seen you in a couple of years. But
it's been the longest time.
Bro, we need to reconnect.
Yeah, last time we talked was, like, when Hmong Acting Club was still a thing.
Yeah, Hmong Acting Club.
And, like,
that's actually the first time we met.
Yeah, in, like, 2014.
14? Yeah, I spotted this dude. No, I don't know if y'all know, but I spotted this dude because he was the only person in the room who knew about Yes and. I'm like, oh, this kid's special. Okay.
Oh, stop. Yeah. It's about you, not me. All right, Mr. Dan, thank you again. Don't forget to subscribe to Between Sisters, our YouTube, our Between Sisters show on Instagram, and follow us on Facebook, which is this thing. All right, thank you.